I think we are live. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the most awaited and the biggest episode of PediaTalks. Very shortly, our guest will be joining us and make this evening memorable for all of us.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
How are you
It's
doing? Meet
all
What's going
good, sir.
on?
All good. It's my pleasure that I'm seeing you live today. It's so fortunate for me.
What's up, everybody? Hello. What's going on?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning,
Yes.
sir.
Good morning. Yeah, I guess what time is it where you guys are? Where is it right? What time is
Sir,
it?
it's 7:30 evening in India. We are
Okay.
having good evening.
I am actually. It's good morning for me. It is 8:30 and 8 a.m. for me
So,
in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Hello,
oh,
Rec Politics. I just saw hello, sir. You guys don't have to call me sir. Call me Ivan. Okay. So everybody in the chat, don't say hello. Just say what's up, Ivan. Give me a little what's up, Ivan. You guys call me Ivan, okay?
What's up, Ivan? How are you doing?
There it is.
Okay, Ivan.
but sir, in India, we believe that if someone is greater than us and someone is such a successful person like you, then please we can't resist ourselves to stop respecting you, sir. You are our sir.
I appreciate that, but you guys can call me Ivan. And everybody who's joining us in the chat, hello, everybody in the chat. I see some of you are saying, what's up, hello. What's up, y'all? I see you all writing in there. Hello, everyone in the chat. Good morning. It's going a little fast, but hey, what's up, Vinda? Every time I catch a name, I'll try and say hello.
Right, sir.
So everybody in the chat, give me a little hello so we know you're there. And I'm one of these people that always talks, guys, so feel free to interrupt me and you go do your thing. Don't worry about me.
Great, sir. So before we start today's session, sir, let me give you a brief introduction about PediaTalks to our audience. Last year on April 12, 2021, REC Pedia, the official media house and event organizing body of Reva Engineering College India, started its very own talk show, PediaTalks, which intends to highlight those small things that have turned a common person into a successful personality. And here at PediaTalks, we invite celebrities who are successful in their life to share their experiences with our audience. And today, having a guest speaker, and that to be Mr. Ivan Wanis-Ruiz, I believe PediaTalks have achieved its success. It's our honor, sir, that you are here today.
You guys make me sound so amazing. I'm actually very flattered and very honored that you would think of me. So thank you all. And thank you all for coming and attending.
So over to Piyush.
Thank you for joining.
Namaste, sir. I am Piyush Kesarwani. I'm your co-host of the today's session, Pedia Talks.
I like the glasses.
Another co-host.
Look at those glasses.
Thank you.
Some sexy
Thank you,
glasses,
sir.
man.
Same pin, sir. I like you too.
I
So
think so.
allow
You
me
gotta go
to
get some
introduce.
glasses. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Keep going. I'll shut up. I promise. Go ahead.
That's no problem. Allow me to introduce my co-host of today's session. My first co-host is Nandini Mishra. She is our proud alumni of our institute and ex-editor-chief of the RECpedia. And as you know, the Aditya Agnihari, the man behind the Pedia Talks, he is the attraction force to bring you in the orbit of the Pedia Talks. He is the man behind the Pedia Talk, bringing you to this session. And we can start.
This is completely the humbleness of Ivan, sir, that he accepted my invitation and came here at PediaTalks. All credits goes to Ivan, sir, himself.
You guys are
Yes,
great. You guys are great.
definitely.
I'm blushing. You can't tell, but I'm blushing. Thanks for all the
Over to
hearts,
Nandini.
everybody. Yeah, I'm very happy to be
So,
here, and I'm very happy to hopefully help as many of you as I can. So, I mean, if people have questions, they can put them in the chat. If I don't get a chance to answer anybody's questions, maybe you guys can send them to me, and I will make sure,
Okay.
follow me on Instagram, and I'll make sure to answer anyone's questions afterward as well.
Sure.
Okay.
okay, sir. So let me give you a brief introduction about you to the audience. So we are so excited today. Yes, sir. We are so excited today because we have wonderful guest speaker and Hollywood actor, Mr. Ivan Wanis-Ruiz, all the way from Mexico.
Yes. That's me.
And he is what's top rated communication mentor and communication expert. Ivan is Hollywood actor, writer, author, public speaking coach. He is guest speaker and trainer at several universities across Canada. He loves to teach about impactful public speaking, one-to-one personal communication, and virtual engagement, pitching, selling, networking, and whatnot. And we are also thrilled to announce that you have hosted in FIFA World Cup.
Just finished.
You have acted on so many Hollywood movies, shows, and the list goes on. You're also a salsa dancer. You're also a hip hop dancer. You have got so dynamic and charismatic personality. So Ivan, welcome to REC.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very excited, and I'm very happy to meet all of you all. Thanks, Silent Night. They made me sound way more impressive than I am. Yeah, I was the FIFA Arab Cup. I was the host for the Arab Cup, and maybe next year I'll be hosting for the World Cup too.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
That's great.
So, sir, first of all, I would like to know from you that how are you, sir, and how's Toronto doing?
So it's so funny because Toronto is great, except it's minus 1 million. If anybody here is from Canada, you already know what I'm talking about. Canada's all messed up right now. And, you know, a lot of people, this is just a random thing that I want all you guys to realize. When 2020 hit, everyone was like, this was terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible. But I saw it as an opportunity. Because all of a sudden I had all this time on my hands. And one of the things that happened is so many of us are working virtually that you could be anywhere. So I decided to kind of live without a location for a while. So technically, though I live in Toronto, I haven't really lived in Toronto in like a year. I have a carry-on bag. You guys don't know this, but the team and I got organized yesterday. I have like 5 shirts, and I wear the same 5 shirts over and over and over. I have like 3 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of shoes, and I live in one bag, and I just travel around randomly. So I think Toronto's doing great, but Mexico's weather is much nicer.
Glad to know that, sir.
Okay.
So, as you have dealt with the students across the world and the Indians also, what's your views on India? And of course, Indian students like us. What makes us important, special from the rest of the world? I want to know from you.
Awesome glasses. Okay, I'm going to answer actually, there is something that I really, that's impressed me a lot. Not just about you 3, but Indian students in general, because this has happened a few times, actually. And by the way, everyone who's joining, just because I want to know where you are, could you tell me where you are in the world? And if you're don't say India if you're in India. Tell me, like, where in it. If you're from Mumbai, tell me you're from Mumbai. Like, in the chat right now, in the comments, everybody right now. There's like 100 people here. I want to see, like this, okay? Everybody. And while you're doing that, I'm going to answer your question. Here's the thing that I really loved about what you all did, that I think is a good example for other people. Oh, Toronto's in the house. So here's what you all did. You took initiative. So many Indian students took initiative. You guys reached out to me because most people don't try. And I've actually had other Indian students write me personally and be like, hey, Ivan, I've never met you before, but would you be so kind? Like, could I, like, 5 minutes talking to you, or could you come and guest speak? No other part of the world has done that.
Yes.
That's something that you all have done. And I'm a believer in there's nothing, no one even asks because they think the answer is no. But I'm a big yes person, so I was just very flattered. And that's something I think you guys do very well. And I think everyone listening should know more of. We got Bhopal, we got Rewa, we got Satna, Pana, we got all the Indian places. Keep them coming, guys, keep them coming. So that's what I think is special.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Shayla from Trinidad Tobago, guys. Trinidad Tobago's in the house.
So you have got so many passions.
Yes.
So what's your secret behind staying influential, relevant, and successful at the same time and from so many years? What's your secret behind?
Yeah, well, here's some advice that I want to give everyone. Thanks, Silent Night. Turin. Oh, yeah, Sammy's from Italy. My friend Sammy's from Italy here right now. Hey. So, Rampur. I'm getting distracted. I shouldn't have asked. I love all you guys writing. Keep writing where you're at. I love it. Thanks, everyone. So here's something that I would say. One of the reasons why 2020 didn't hit me as hard as other people, and something you commented on, is I think the personal secret, not to success per se, but to being a little more happy, is not doing just one thing. Everyone who had just one job got really stressed out. If you're in university, for example, don't just study one thing. Join 5 clubs. Because I had a job salsa dancing, I had a job acting, I had a job hosting events, and I had a job teaching public speaking. If one of them is a little slow, or 2 of them, I still have 2 others that I can depend on. So that diversity allows me to decrease my stress level. For all of you, there's so many of you that are university students, here's what I would say. There's a woman Barb Zerbasovich, who was the youngest CEO of Ford and the first woman CEO of Ford. And she said the secret to success, and this is something that I do too, is volunteering for many different things. So in university, joining 10 clubs, because it gives you access to so many different people. In your first job, join like the recycling club, the birthday, whatever it is, because you meet people from the organization, and that diversity helps you to grow. Every single one of you right now could be attending virtual networking events in like the other side of the world and growing your networks. And that, I think, is the secret, that diversity.
Yes.
Thanks, Anna Mushira.
Sir, I literally believe in what advice we have given just now, because I have made so many people my friend only by attending your events.
I mean, look at us right now. Look at us right now. Is someone doing a screen capture of this, by the way? Is someone do some screen captures? Here, everybody, screen capture this. There you go. Good. Somebody share that. Somebody share that. Sorry, keep going.
So I wanted to ask, in your early days, many persons are confused between what should they pursue. But I wanted to ask why you chosen acting, and in other words, who you inspired you most? Who's your favorite actor in that field? Who's your favorite person in that field who you are going to pursue? The field you are going to pursue.
You know, I think that's such a great question, because I don't know about you, but there's a great saying that another student said to me once. He said, Ivan, I don't know what I don't know. And I was like, when I was starting out, I had no idea what I wanted to do. But here's something. I saw some people performing on a stage, and I thought, I think I want to do that. I saw someone doing a speech and getting people really excited, and I was like, I think I want to do that. I ended up not doing those things because I had to get a normal job. Do you know what I mean? And I wish I would have pursued them sooner. I think what the biggest thing to do is you have to explore everything. Do you know what I mean? So if you like, this is why university is so awesome.
Sorry guys, I guess there was some serious network issues from. We are just connecting back.
We're back. It's all good. We're back.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So I think there was some network issues, I guess.
Don't worry about it. All is good. We're back, everybody. We're back. Don't worry, everyone. We're back. We're back. Everyone's safe. We're back.
Yes, we are back.
We're back, everyone. Welcome back, all. Welcome back. Now you know who's paying attention, because there's a bunch of people like, what? Oh, geez. Now we know who's paying attention. So, and then when I think of really good actors, it's not people I've ever seen in film and television. It's like people I've seen in plays. People whose names I don't even know. And I watch them and I'm like, put your soul on a stage. And it's like, ugh, I've always wanted to do that. I don't know why, crazy. And it's so stressful too, dude. If you've ever been in a play, it's the most stressful thing in the world. Yeah. So I hope that kind of answers your question a little bit.
Yes, I got it. I'm completely satisfied.
So just wanted to know that you are someone from acting field. So do you remember any actor from Bollywood?
Okay, so it's really funny you say that, because when I was younger and I was trying to remember the name of it, it was like There was a bunch. There was like 5 or 6 different. I think there was like 5 or 6. There was like a series of movies, and it was called like Muna Brothers. I think in English it was Muna Brothers.
Munna Bhai.
Munna Bhai everything.
Munna
Do
Bhai.
you know what I'm talking about?
Munna Bhai.
That was
It was
great.
Right.
Yes.
It was like a comedy, and the guy was a gangster but a doctor.
Comedy and drama.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know why. I was watching TV one day when I was younger, and I saw it, and I just loved it. And then I was like, well, now I have to watch all of them because there was like I watched it as a series, right? That's it. Munna Bhai. That's it. You guys. Oh, some of them are putting it in BBS. What does MBBS mean? Does that mean doctor? Like MD
Yes.
in English?
Yes,
Sir, in India, MBBS is the professional degree for the doctors.
Degree for
Oh, okay. Because I that's what I thought. In English, you say MD, right?
yes.
But I was like, what is
Yes.
MBBS? But
So, sir,
I figured it out. I figured it out. Yeah.
Any dialogue from that movie which you remember? Any Hindi dialogue from Munna Bhai MBBS? Any dialogue?
any time.
Oh gosh, it was years ago. I'm surprised I remember the name. The main guy was really good. I loved the guy. Who's the main guy? He's super famous too.
Sanjay.
Yeah, he's like super famous. I thought he was great. So that's my.
So
that's
would you
my-
like to-
but there was also there was a movie. There was a movie, guys. I don't know where it actually takes place in Toronto, but it was a Bollywood movie, and it was about an Indian guy who met a Canadian woman, and I can't remember what the name of it was, but I remember it was really popular in like 2000. I'm much older than you guys. In like 2001, 2002. Somebody look it up. I'm sure somebody go look it up. It was a movie that takes place in Canada, in Toronto, and there was like a Bollywood scene in it. And here's a fun fact. I also Bhangra. I know it's not Bollywood dancing, but I also Bhangra a lot. I'm a big Bhangra dancer.
That's great.
You know,
Huh.
I want like Bhangra in the background of a movie. Like a bunch of Punjabi guys. It'd be amazing.
We'll do it someday when we
So
meet.
would you like to speak any Hindi dialogue from that Munna Bhai MBBS? I'm
God.
saying and you have to repeat the same.
Oh god. Okay, you say something and I'll try it. Go ahead. Here we go. Everyone, be gentle. Here we go.
ए सर्किट टेंशन काय को लेता रे?
Okay, say it slowly for me again one more time. Say the first part.
ए सर्किट
Forget.
सर्किट
Serget.
सर्किट या
Okay.
हे सर्किट
Serget. Okay.
टेंशन काय को लेता?
Incha kai koleta.
Yes, you are right. You got it right.
That was so stressful. I'm like sweating right now. I like sweat like this. That was so stressful.
That's also amazing.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. Did I do okay? Thanks, Rishi. It's okay. Thanks, Shruti. Oh, goodness. So I learned something today.
Let's now move to Hollywood.
Huh?
Let's now move to
Sure.
Hollywood. Do you think is there any myth about Hollywood which is completely false and people still believe in it?
So here's the thing. Hollywood is more of a concept than a location. And here's what I mean.
Okay.
I'm Canadian, right? So what ends up happening with a lot of movies, is the production company is in Hollywood, is in Los Angeles, okay? And the main casting is there. But they rarely film there anymore. Things are filmed in Toronto. That's where I do so much. All my acting's in Toronto, or Vancouver, British Columbia, or Atlanta, Georgia. So the Hollywood is a concept, but the actual filming in Hollywood, it's more reality shows and smaller TV shows are filmed in Hollywood. But what happens is Hollywood is where the organization is, but the actual filming is all over everywhere else. So that's a huge myth, yeah.
Yes.
And most of the times when you watch movies about New York or Los Angeles or Seattle, they only film the big shots where you see the city in those cities, and then the rest they usually film somewhere else because it's cheaper.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, like go look at the end of every movie, look at the credits. At the very, very end, they'll show you the cities that it was filmed in. At the very, very end, and you'll see.
So, apart from acting, you are a public speaker and the greatest public speaking coach we have ever seen. I mean, the world has seen you as the best speaker. So just wanted to know, sir, as a public speaker,
Yeah.
there are a lot of expectations from you. Yet we have seen in your videos that you remain very calm, very cool in teaching, in hosting, in anchoring, in everything. You remain very calm and do it effortlessly. So don't you fear? Means how you do it, sir?
So here's the secret. Here, everybody listening, gang, just in the chat, give me a little smiley face or something if you get nervous when you speak. So everyone listening right now, if you get nervous when you speak, give me a little something, a smiley face, a little emoji, something in the live, okay? And while you're doing that, I wanna bring up something. Okay, so I see some already come, little hearts and stuff coming up. Yeah, if you're all get nervous, so do I. But I don't let you see it. Here's the thing, my friends, this is one of the most honest things I can tell you. There is no such thing as not being nervous. Getting over nervousness, overcoming nervousness, there's no such thing. You will always be nervous. I'm nervous now. I'm nervous, my friend Aditya, every time I speak, I am nervous. But what I do is this, I believe that looking calm is just physical actions. The way you practice throwing a ball or kicking a ball, you can practice looking confident. So the reason you think I'm not nervous, it's not because I'm not nervous, it's because I'm doing physical actions that make me look calm. Let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example. Everybody, this is what you need to do. Look, when you're presenting, okay? Most people, when they get scared or nervous, they'll go like this. Or like this. Or, you know when sometimes you go like this, right? You've all done this, right? And you're like, yep.
Yeah.
You cover up your most vulnerable parts. You know what I'm talking about. Right? So here's how you practice looking confident, okay? Step 1 is you try and practice a presentation and you don't let your hands touch each other. Step 2, you practice your presentation and you don't let your hands come down. And you're going to feel like this. When you first start, you're going to be like, I don't know what to do. I feel weird. This feels very weird. But here's what happens. After about 30 seconds, you're going to start doing this. And you're going to be like, talk. Oh, Yvonne said I can't do that. Talk. Oh, Yvonne said I can't do that. Talk. And that diversity, the changing and moving of hands, will make you look confident even when you feel nervous.
Yes.
Right.
But just like any physical action, if you only do it once, it's not going to work. You have to practice it over and over. Does any of you know bow and arrow?
Yeah.
So the mechanics of a bow and arrow, it's 5 seconds you understand it. You understand how bow and arrow works. 5 seconds, super easy. But you have to do it over and over and over and over to hit the bullseye.
Yes.
This is the same thing when you're talking. Practice first, no touchy, and no downy. And watch yourself get more confident. There.
Relating to your previous question,
Yes.
I wanted to ask, is there any one particular incident on public speaking where it have been hard to wrap up around that it is so hard to explain my presentation to this audience, this particular audience? Is there any particular that happened to you?
Yeah, well, it's funny because here's one of the things that I do that's a little bit different when I teach. So every time I teach in a company, I try and learn that company's business. So for example, I'm teaching a company that's all logistics, and I had to learn about like international law. With a bunch of, some of you guys are engineers. I work with chemical engineers and civil engineers, and I'm trying to learn their language. And it's so hard, dude. I was like,
Just before this internet breakdown happened, one of the guy in the chat box has written that Mexico internet is better than India. और तभी ये internet issue आ भी गया. We are just waiting for sir.
Okay. Don't
Really
panic.
sorry.
Don't don't worry. Don't panic. Okay, for everybody who's watching right now, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Listen, right now, I know that you guys are going through a world. You're probably so stressed out because of the Instagram. Don't worry. It's fine. Okay? We're all good. Everybody's good. The technology is just the technology. Do not worry. Okay? You're doing great.
Yes.
So we were just talking about this, and so you were saying, have you ever been in difficult situations? I have hosted events online, and the Wi-Fi breaks. I know that you guys must be so stressed out, and it's like, no. Oh! I know you guys.
Exactly.
My audience, all the people in the audience, you don't know this, but Aditya is probably freaking out right now. He was probably like, everything is good. We're all good. We're all good. Everything is good. So listen, just to finish answering your question, here's the thing. There has been times when things are too difficult for me, and you know what I do? I would call my client and try and explain their business to them. So I would be like, let's say we're talking about politics, right? I was doing this company that they were all chemical engineers. So I called them and I said, hey, am I saying this right? And I would try and explain a concept in chemical engineering to them. And over the course of the conversation, the back and forth, it helped me to understand. And that's kind of what I would do, so that I was never in the situation when something was too hard to explain.
Oh, yes.
Just because I always try to, yeah. I'll give you an example from dancing. One of the best ways to improve as a salsa dancer, if you've been dancing, oh, hi, Paulina. My friend Paulina from Toronto's here. She's a salsa dancer.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi from
glad
India.
to meet you.
So Paulina will know this. When you get to after about a year of salsa dancing, you don't improve as much. And the best way to start improving after you kind of learn the basics is to start teaching basics. And so when I approach public speaking, if I'm ever in a concept that I don't understand, the first thing I do is I try and learn it and then explain it to people before I have to present. And that's how it helps me to learn things.
That genius.
Hi, Shruti. Shruti's back. Don't panic, everyone. Shruti's back.
So actually, just before this network breakdown, a guy in this chat box just written that Mexico's internet connection is far better than India. At that moment only our connection.
I will tell you, the one thing about being a virtual worker, because everything I do is kind of virtual right now, even my auditions for acting stuff, it's all virtual, is I'm constantly paranoid about Wi-Fi. So the place I'm staying in right now, before I booked it, I was like, show me your Wi-Fi numbers. What's your upload? What's your download? Everywhere I go, I'm like, show me the number. Show me the number. Because I'm so stressed about that all the time.
Since we are talking about virtual communication, in this new generation of virtual communication, people are mostly meeting and greeting each other through internet only. So what is the strategy behind expressing one's emotion? How to express?
Well, yeah, that's a very good question. So the question is, like, if I understand correctly, you're asking me, like, how do you connect with people? Like, how do you make a sincere connection with someone when we're just like this, right?
Yeah, one-to-one personal communication, and how we can share our emotions.
Yeah.
Virtually.
So let me give you a little strategy, okay? Instead of giving you an idea, this is an actual thing that I do all the time, and I sort of did it with all of you. Because you notice how very quickly we were having fun yesterday, because we all met yesterday to do a tech run, everyone. But even today, we very quickly had fun. Okay, so here's what you do. Let's do a role play, okay? Ask me, Yvonne, hi, how are you? Pretend we're meeting for the first time and say, hi, Yvonne, how are you?
Hi, Yvonne. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Just had lunch. Just had dinner.
Yeah. Oh, good, good. So you see, most people will go like this. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. And then you're like, now what? You know what I mean? And it becomes very uncomfortable. Like right away, it's awkward. And you're like, so what do you do? And you're like, I don't care. But you know what I mean? So here's what you do instead. And you almost did it. You almost did it. This is one of the best ways to like right away, both virtually and in person. When someone says, hi, how are you? Before you say, fine, how are you? Reveal something super boring you've done. So it can be like, I'll give you an example. Say hi, how are you again?
Hi, Ivan, how are you?
Well, I've just had this much espresso, so I'm doing really good. I'm a huge coffee drinker. How are you?
That's amazing.
Are you a coffee guy? Are you guys coffee people?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And then if we were in a normal conversation and you didn't know I was doing it, you'd probably bring up something and it gives us something to talk about, and very quickly we can break the ice. So as for all of you watching right now, my friends, right now, for all of you watching, the next, you have to practice this, not when it's networking or practice this all the time with your family, with your friends. When someone say, hey, how's it going? Don't just say, I'm good, how are you? Reveal something super low stakes, super boring. Like, just had dinner. How's it going? Oh, how was it? It'll give them something to talk about, and right away you'll break the ice.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
So, like in India, there are people, there is a fan following of you, especially which have been driven from the Coursera. Means I have been your student. So even I have watched your movie, The Supergirl, and in the last
My one
book
line
launch.
Supergirl. It was actually
So even
sorry, just a fun little thing. When you talk about Hollywood things, I've been in a bunch of movies that my character got completely cut out. That Supergirl thing, I'll tell you, this is what happened. The day before I had to film, they're like, I was in Toronto and they filmed it in Vancouver, and they're like, hey, can you be in Toronto tomorrow? And I was like, for what? We need you for something in Supergirl. Sure. Like literally hung up the phone, bought a train ticket, flew to Vancouver that night. The part was supposed to be like a part that comes back. Because I bring, if you watch the episode, I'm like, I walk out and a bunch of people leave with me. That was going to be a whole other storyline, but they cut it out. And so they just made it that one line. It was going to be like a big part, but they just made it that one little line. Anyway,
so I guess your fan following in India is increasing on, because I can see in the chat box that huge fans, sir, Iman sir, we love you, love from India, getting many responses in the chat box. So sir,
awesome.
So sir, like in India, as I said that you have a big fan following. So any moment which you remember, which is memorable related with India, anything from acting or writing or teaching, any memorable moment of your life related with India?
Well, I will say this, I've been wanting to go to India and visit, I know India is a big place, but I've been wanting to visit a couple of the major cities, because when I look in the analytics of Coursera, I can see how many students are coming from India. And like I said before, one of the things that I've always found so interesting is that Indian students are so proactive in reaching out. And they're always like, yeah, it's amazing. Like my LinkedIn, or like here on Instagram, it's constant. I get very personal comments and very nice comments from people all the time from India, and I just don't get that from other parts of the world. It only comes from India, and I've always found that so because you guys think that I'm some big important person, but I don't think I'm very big or important, guys. And it's so funny. When I receive these messages, I read every single one, and I usually respond to every single one. And that really stands out to me a lot. And it's one of the reasons why I've thought about, like, maybe when things open up, I thought about maybe going to, like, a couple of the major cities in India and just doing, like, an open networking. Because you know what I think would be really awesome? And gang, everybody watching, tell me if you think this would be fun. So many of you who have taken my Coursera course probably don't know each other. And I thought it'd be really fun if we all got to know each other. So imagine doing like an open networking thing where everyone who took the Coursera course gets to meet each other. Forget about me, but meeting each other. I think that would be cool.
Yes,
Definitely. So whenever you come India, sir,
Yes,
we will
I'll
be.
try and come to Rikesh.
Yes, sir. We will be very glad to meet you, sir. Means it would be like it is our dream coming true, but meeting you in person would be the biggest thing for us.
See, you guys are too flattering. I mean, there's one. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. That makes me blush. I don't even know what to say. So thank you.
Coming to your life, sir, every person has their ups and downs in their life.
Yeah.
If you have some down moment, breakdown moment in your life, who is your
Yeah.
inspiration? Who inspires you in your life that I will get up tomorrow, I will do it. I will definitely do it. Who inspires you?
So I'll tell you, the people who have inspired me have not been famous people. It's random people that I've met along the road. So I'll give you an example, okay? I have this saying, okay? This is something I say all the time. And I'm pretty sure I made up this quote. But I'm pretty sure this is me. But I'm not sure. Maybe someone said it, but I'm pretty sure this is me. The fear of the unknown is greater than the fear of being unhappy. So most people settle for unhappy. Relationships that, you're like, break up. You guys are super unhappy, break up. And they're like, oh, what if I don't meet somebody else? Jobs. We all have family that are in jobs they hate. And you're like, quit. Like, no, I can't quit. I have too much responsibilities. And I was doing that. Like, one of my lowest points was when I was making the most money. I had this big corporate job, suit every day, and I remember crying in my car because I was so upset in my life. I remember just like crying. And
That's so sad.
And then I had a friend of mine who was in the same place, and she quit her job. She sold everything she owned and decided to travel. And she's like, and I'm like, well, what are you going to do after? And I said, and she's like, I don't know, but I can't keep doing this. And dude, like, not 6 months later, I quit my job. I sold everything I owned and I went traveling. And that's when I decided, you know what? The things I'm good at, I've not been doing. The acting, the public speaking, the hosting events. Those are all the things I want to do, but I haven't been doing them. And so while I was traveling, I started making a plan. And that's what helped me to kind of get out of my dip. So if anyone is in a situation where like things are just going brutally bad and it's not, or even when it's not bad, it's just you don't feel like you're moving forward in life, I'm a big believer to do something drastic. Like do something drastic. You don't have to sell everything you own and go move somewhere else, but you can definitely change things. So that's someone, and that's just like a random woman I met who inspired me. I think too often we try and find things like super famous people who did like went to the moon, or these famous, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But that's not going to be our day to day. I think we should be inspired by people around us who do small things, like just quit their job. And I'm like, you're my new hero because you quit your job because you hated it, and I'm too afraid to do it. So those are the people who inspire me are not famous people. They're just people who've made decisions. Thanks, Jagan. Jagan, thank you. Very nice. Give me a kissy face.
So we are moving toward end of this session.
Yeah.
So one question is, if you were host today, do you think we have missed something?
If I was hosting this event?
Yes. What question would you have asked Mr. Evan?
What would I ask me? Oh God.
Yeah.
So let me tell you this. First of all, I think you guys have done a great job. you've not only organized the event, you've gotten a bunch of people to come, you overcame some technical difficulties, so bravo. Okay.
I don't have any words for this.
Sorry for the technical issue, guys. We are just wrapping up this session. Let Ivan join.
That was kind of a mini heart attack.
It's so embarrassing.
Indeed.
It's so embarrassing, but Ivan is so supportive. So fingers crossed.
Exactly, means in India we cannot say anything about network, but still Ivan sir is supporting us. That's really amazing. We are so grateful to him.
It's so embarrassing for us also, but let's see.
Such a humble man.
It's a humble man, exactly.
Take a breath.
Sir,
We're all good. All is good. We're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. You're all good. I'm telling you right now, these three people are probably so stressed out. You're doing fine. Everybody send some love to these guys. Send some hearts to these guys. You're doing fine. Don't you even worry,
Sir,
okay?
it's really embarrassing for us that we invited you and now we are facing
Thank you for being.
issues, sir.
So thank you for being such a humble guy. Thank you.
No, don't worry about it at all. Guys, don't worry. Everything is good. This is also, you have to remember, so part of being virtual, I'm going to tell you this all right now. Let me say this all to you. And I know this is the one thing for Indian students, it's very hard. Being super formal is not very interesting. You all have personalities, and you got to let them shine a little more. Do you know what I mean? Because you all know this, right? When you're like, good evening, everyone. Today I would like to present, like the formality will bring interest down. But when we are online, you want to reduce your formality, okay? And you want to increase your personality. So for example, the next time you have a guest, one of the things that I love what you did is when you're like, Ivan, how are you? How's it going? You doing good? What's going on? Versus like, good evening, sir. Today I would like to present to you. First of all, please tell me your emotions. Do you know what I'm saying? Take that formality out of it and talk to me like a real person. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what I do to you, and you love it. And if you do it to me, I love you guys already, but I'll love you even more.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does that make sense? And if you were going to ask me any question that you didn't ask me yet, would be, we have to leave them in suspense, don't we? So I'm going to say the question, but I'm not going to answer it. I'll make a video, and you guys can share the video, okay? And if people want to know the answer, they'll have to watch this other video that you post, okay? So the question is,
curious about the answer.
What?
We are also curious about the answer.
Yeah, exactly. So the question that no one ever really asks me is, how is salsa dancing related to everything else you've done? Because it seems so weird, right? Like the salsa, like what? So that's the question that no one's asked me. And the answer is, you see, that's me pretending to be frozen. That's me pretending to be frozen. I'll make a video and I'll tell you the answer because there is something related to what we've talked about today that is part of that answer. And you guys might be able to use it in terms of like motivating yourselves to do other things.
That's the Hollywood style. Ending with suspense.
Just like Munabai, they ended it like this, so you have to keep watching all the other shows.
In the next movie, in the next episode.
That's right, exactly.
So there was one question from the audience. Please don't think that this is my question. The question was, Valentine's Day is coming. Is there any speaking tips for that?
What?
Valentine's Day is coming. Any speaking tips for that?
For Valentine's Day? Yes, yes. I'll give you a speaking tip for Valentine's Day. Okay? Here's what you got to do for Valentine's Day. If you don't have a Valentine's, okay, remember this thing. Fortune favors the bold. Go up to someone and do what we talked about. Don't just be like, hi, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? Reveal something first. Hey, you know what? I was just buying this bracelet, or you know what? I was just getting this coffee, and I thought to myself, it would be great to have another coffee drinker. Are you a coffee person? Right away, you can break the ice with them. If you're already with somebody and you want to celebrate Happy Valentine's Day, here's what you do. Okay?
Is there any Yo
I'm
Valentine?
just kidding. No. Here's what you do. When you want to celebrate Valentine's with the other person, okay, celebrate it the day before, as well as, don't just wait for the day. Celebrate it the day before, because that'll be way more fun.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead. Your question.
No, I don't have any really question.
Oh, sorry.
But
So I guess we are done with our questions, and it was really awesome answers which you gave, and those were very honest, those were very humble, and we really, I guess our audience would have been so excited for this session, and that energy and that enthusiasm was seen in this session. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, everybody.
We wish if we could carry on this session, but I know that you would have time issue, so we have to wrap up.
Well, I just want to say thank you all very much for taking the time to speak with me and for letting me rant and say all my random ideas. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Follow me on Instagram at Public Speaking Lab.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There was one more question from the audience, that if anyone want to connect you after this session, then how they can do that?
Join me on. You can follow me here on Instagram at Public Speaking Lab. I don't know if I should. Do I have to write it down? I'll try and write it down. At Public. Oh, here we go. There. I just shared the link there. Did anyone see it? I think that's it. So yeah, you can reach out to me at Public Speaking Lab. At Public Speaking Lab. That's it. That's my thing. We'll share it. If you guys can share that, that'll be cool. Send me a message, and sometimes it takes me a couple of days because I get a lot of messages, but I always respond to everybody. There was something else you wanted to ask.
I wanted to ask if you ever gonna make a documentary based on India or Indian related anything, college, schools. Give us a call. We want to collaborate with you. We want to do something with you.
We should host. Well, why don't we just host an event at your university and record it like a little demo? That's what we could do.
Yeah, sure.
That would be great, sir.
So, okay, it's time to wrap up the session. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking out time for us. And thank you for enlightening us.
My pleasure. You've been so sweet and so humble and so caring. So thank you all for taking the time to be with me. Thank you all for attending, and thank you all for organizing this. Bravo to you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So it was truly our pleasure that we got to exchange few words from you.
So one last request, if you could please take our organization name, RECpedia, means it would be great for us to hear that word from you.
RECpedia. RECpedia.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay? Yeah. Way to go, RECpedia. You did it.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really fortunate to have you here, sir. Thank you so much. Lots of love from India.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. At last, I would like to thank our partners, our FitMate, our digital media partner, and our online media partner, DU Unify. Thank you. And our official media partner, NoticePad, and our youth community partner, the Education Tree. Thank you to all, and thank you to all our audience who have connected with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in this session. It was literally amazing, and it was like some dream coming true today, having a Hollywood star at our institute. It was really great. Thank you, our audience, for joining us today, and we would love to see you in our upcoming sessions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nandi ma'am, for accepting our invite and joining as host for this today's session. Thank you so much, Piyush, for joining. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.